Hello there from PortAventura Park, part of PortAventura World here in Salou. I'm in the main park today. This park opened in 1995, and of course there is also Ferrari Land here, which opened in 2017. But today, I thought I'd come into the main park. It's the end of November, so Christmas celebrations are in full swing at this park already. There's Christmas decorations everywhere, there's Christmas shows on, which I'm showing you a bit of those later on in the video. I'm on my own today, so this vlog will sometimes be me in camera, sometimes I'll be talking behind the camera. It depends on how my confidence levels are whilst filming. I don't always like to film a vlog on my own, but less about that and more about the park itself. For a 2-day ticket, I paid €66. Now, Blackpool Pleasure Beach season pass holders might be thinking, well, Scott, you've got a Pleasure Beach pass, why didn't you use that for one of the days entry? But the reason I haven't done that is because for 1 day's entry it was €58, and for a 2-day ticket, like I say, it was €66. And I didn't want to take the risk of getting to guest services, showing my Pleasure Beach pass and them saying, well, you can't use that at this time of the season. So I thought, get the 2-day pass, might as well use it. I've also got Fast Pass as well, which was an additional €45. It is looking like it's going to be busy today. I was actually here on the same weekend last year with Mike, and it was absolutely freezing to the point where it was too cold to run any of the coasters. Don't think it's going to get like that this time, because there's a little bit of warmth in the air today. It is breezy, but there's a bit of warmth, and I don't think it's going to get cold enough to shut the rides, which is why I think the park is a lot busier than it was on this Saturday last year. So I'm glad I've got Fast Pass. And in terms of this vlog, I'm going to be doing the vlogging sections of this vlog on the GoPro, and for the off-ride footage, park footage, show footage, I'm going to be using the Sony camera, which I use most of the time for the videos on this channel. Looking forward to getting on all the coasters here, especially Shambhala, to see how it compares to Mako, which only went on 2 weeks ago. So it'll be good to finally do a sort of close comparison of both of those coasters. And yeah, just looking forward to seeing how the day goes here. So hope you enjoy this vlog, and yeah, let's see how the day goes. Going to be starting on Shambhala and Dragon Khan. Something to know when you come to PortAventura: if you do arrive for rope drop or park opening, please be aware that not all of the rides will open at the park's advertised time. So if the park says they're opening at 10 o'clock, that usually means Furious Baco will open at 10 o'clock, Dragon Khan and Shambhala will open at 10:30, and then things like Stampeda will open from 11:30. The staggered opening times here are always shown on the queue time boards when you get in the park, so they're always worth checking out as well. But I just wanted to mention in this vlog that if you do come here for park opening, avoid doing Furious Baco, because everybody goes to it first. Head to things like Dragon Khan and Shambhala. It's a bit of a walk from park entrance, so by the time you get around to them, it's worth just waiting at the entrance of probably Shambhala, get on it early, then do Dragon Khan, and then work your way around the park from there. But definitely don't go to Furious Baco first, because you could end up waiting 1 or 2 hours for it, and then you'll come to it later on in the day and see it's got a 15 to 20 minute queue and be like, I've made a big mistake here. So yeah, don't do Furious Baco first, do the B&Ms. Go to Shambhala first thing's not quite worked out for me. It's opening late due to a technical delay, so I'm going to be doing Dragon Khan now. Looking forward to seeing how it compares to Kraken at SeaWorld Orlando and Coomba Busch Gardens Tampa. Both very similar coasters with similar layouts. Obviously Kraken is flawless, whereas Coomba, like Dragon Khan, isn't flawless. It's just a standard B&M sit down looping coaster, so interested to see how it compares to Coomba especially. I do think I'll be saying Coomba's better than it, but you never know. So time to go and do it, and I'll do a review once I've been on. Good news, Shambhala is now open. However, I'm going to quickly talk about Dragon Khan. So walk straight on it with Fast Pass, straight to the front row. The good thing about PortAventura's Fast Pass here is you can upgrade the standard Fast Pass to include a go on the front row of the coasters. So the tier of Fast Pass I've got is Express Max, but for an extra €5 it's Express Max Gold, which includes a front row go on Dragon Khan, Shambhala and Furious Baco. So it was good to do it at the front row Dragon Khan, but I've got to say it desperately needs the Nemesis / Hulk refurb program. Obviously Hulk was retracked and reopened in 2017. Nemesis is now closed until 2024 for a retrack. Hopefully Dragon Khan will soon be closed for a refurb and reopen as a retracked roller coaster like the Hulk did and like Nemesis will do, because I think it's really needed. It bounces down the first drop, there's a lot of headbanging moments, and it just doesn't feel very good compared to how it used to, and it is also extremely rough compared to the likes of Kumba, Kraken, and even Hulk. Now it's been retracked, so definitely needs the retrack treatment. Anyway, enough of that. Time to go and do Shambhala. It's always great to get on it. When I did it in April, I actually said it was the best time I've ever had on that roller coaster, so hopefully it'll be the same today. Really looking forward to getting on it, and I'm going to stop talking now and go and do it. Taken my front row ride on Shambhala. Very good. It's no Mako though, and I think there's a reason for that though, and I think this is an important thing to mention in this vlog, is that obviously I'm carrying a little bit of weight and it was very close to not getting on Shambhala. Now that is the first time, there he goes, that's the first time in 10 years of going on it that I've nearly not been allowed to get on it, because the ride operator said to me, your thighs are too big, which is probably a fair assessment, but that's one area of me that isn't carrying fat, because I used to do a lot of sport when I was younger, and when I had chemotherapy 7 years ago, I didn't lose weight there. When I've tried to lose weight or put weight on, I've not gained or lost weight on my thighs, so they're never going to change. So for me, getting on Shambhala now is probably going to be an issue, but the strange thing about it is it has the same restraints as Mako, the same restraints as Orion, the same restraints as Diamondback. All coasters that I've been on this year, and none of those where I was told by a ride operator that I might not be able to get on, or when they've had to really push the restraint down. So for whatever reason here, Shambhala's restraints have to come to the point where they are cramming your thighs into place, whereas on the other B&M Hypers I've done this year, that was not the case. So I'm not complaining, I just feel like it's an important subject to cover, because there will be people of a similar weight to me that go on this ride and will encounter the same issues I did. So my top tip would be to make sure your pockets are completely empty. If you're worried about leaving things at the side, there is a locker, a set of lockers not far from Dragon Khan's entrance. It's only €1 to use, you can use it for as long as you like, put all your stuff in there. Go on Shambhala with empty pockets, and that will give you the best chance of getting on it if you've got bigger thighs like I have. I feel it's an important subject. I'm not complaining. I've been on the ride, I had an excellent go on it, but I felt like it was an issue that had to be brought up, because there will be many people who are a similar weight to me who may have the same issue. So I hope that tip's useful. Right, on to the next ride. Next up is going to be El Diablo Train de la Mina. It's been here since 1995 when the park opened. It is the only aerodynamics roller coaster in Spain, and it's the only one in Europe outside of the UK, I believe. There's not many aerodynamics roller coasters in Europe, unfortunately. It's a shame that, actually. As an aero fan, I would have liked to get on more classic aero loopers without having to fly a very long way to do it, but anyway, let's not dwell on that. Time to do El Diablo. It's always an interesting experience. It's always worth remembering that this roller coaster is aimed at families with a low height restriction and not aimed to be one of the most thrilling roller coasters in the world. So yeah, I have to treat it with that respect really, but time to go and do it, and I'll talk about it once I've been on. Had my go on El Diablo, just as normal really. A couple of square corners, not very fast, very family friendly coaster. Nothing much more to add to it. The ops on it actually seemed to be really efficient and really quick, so that was good. That's always worth mentioning, something like that. So Hurricane Condor, which is the Intamin drop tower here, which opened in 2005, currently has a 70-minute queue, and it's not included on Fast Pass, so I'm going to skip that one for now and continue to do the rides which are included on Fast Pass. The next one that I will get to is Stampeda, and then it'll be the Rapids, which are both included on Fast Pass, and probably give them both a go. Very quick one on the subject of food. I bought some chicken fingers with fries, €7.25. Usually really good these, so I'm gonna tuck in and I'll let you know how they are. The chicken fingers may have been a bit pricey, but they were good. They're served very hot, done fresh. Fries were a little bit hit and miss, but the chicken fingers were especially good, and something I always get to eat when I come here to PortAventura. It's always something that I can rely on to be decent. So the better news though is that PortAventura are building a new roller coaster, and you can see that when you walk into the far west area. There's a very big building which wasn't here the last time I was here, which is currently having a lot of work done to it, and you can see from the gaps in the building that there is roller coaster track in there. It's black roller coaster track, and from what I can see, just from predicting it, it does look like Intamin track, but of course that's unconfirmed. So I'm going to take a prediction that it's going to be a multi-dimensional Intamin roller coaster like Movie Studios at Movie Park Germany, which by the way is a very good, there goes Stampeda, it's a very good family roller coaster, but it's very thrilling as well. So if PortAventura are getting one of those, and that's what it is in that big building, then we're in for a treat. It's going to be a really good addition to this park. Next up, it's going to be the noisy roller coaster that you can probably hear behind me. That is Stampeda, the Custom Coasters International wooden roller coaster. Thought it was a bit rough the last 5 or 6 times I was here. Probably going to be rough again today, but I do think that's usually because of the trains rather than because of the track. So we're going to go and do it now and see how it goes. Stampeda, excellent layout, good airtime, terrible trains. We had different trains. I think it'd probably be one of the best wooden roller coasters in Europe, if not the best, because the layout and the airtime are really good. It's just the trains are just, nah, they're just not nice at all. They're just so uncomfortable. Most wooden coasters have a bit of padding, not these trains. No padding, lap bars uncomfortable. The seats are uncomfortable. It's just uncomfortable trains, great layout. That's probably the best way I can summarize it. Don't really think it needs like the RMC treatment. I just think if it had new trains, it'd be significantly better. Whilst in the far west area, it's worth a quick mention that the log flume behind me is closed at this time of the season for its annual maintenance work, but also I don't think it'd be very busy. The Rapids are open, but also as far as water rides go, Tatuki Splash, that's closed as well, and Angkor. So that's 3 rides that do get you absolutely soaked that are all closed at this time of the year, and to be honest, don't blame the park for having them closed, because we've been here before and got absolutely soaked on those rides. So it makes sense for them not to be open when the weather can be very unpredictable at this time of the year. Like I was saying earlier on, this time last year when we were here it was absolutely freezing. Today it's warm, but who knows what it'll be like tomorrow, so I don't blame the park for having them closed. Anyway, it's time to go and watch Christmas Time in the Far West Saloon.
este hombre. Oiga, jefe, ¿qué pasa?
¡Yo!
¡Ay!
¡Soy Papá Noel! ¡Soy Papá Noel! ¡Oh, oh, oh! ¡Oh! ¡Oh, oh, oh! ¡Muy bien!
Muy bien, qué bien lo han hecho. ¿Qué haces?
¡Oh, oh, 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 oh! ¡Oh, oh, 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 oh! ¡Qué sudor! ¡Qué frío! ¡Mi barba está congelada! ¡Sudor! ¡Qué frío! Pero aquí dentro no se está mal. ¡Sudor! ¡Qué frío! Ya saben cómo río yo. ¡Sudor! ¡Qué frío! ¡Vamos todos! ¡Oh, oh, oh! Santa, fuck you up. 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 Hey!
Make my wish come true. All I want for Christmas
¡Feliz Navidad, amigos!
Feliz Navidad. You can feel it all around. The time has come. It's Christmas time. PortAventura. Feliz Navidad. Listen to our dream and will come true. Merry, Merry Christmas to you.
It's now time to do Furious Baco, the Intamin launch coaster, which has actually got wing rider trains, opened here in 2007. Looking forward to getting on it.
Ting
that brings me to the end of my day at PortAventura, and I hope that you've enjoyed the coverage of the park. I have to say, it has been excellent to be back at this park. I've really enjoyed it. It's always got such a nice atmosphere at the Christmas, during Christmas, or well, it's not Christmas, it's November, but during the Christmas season at PortAventura, it always has such a lovely atmosphere all around the park, and today I've really enjoyed that once again. I never got a chance to do a review of Furious Baco because I went on it and then got in position for the Christmas parade. So Furious Baco, it's a curious one because not many people like it, but I think the launch on it is just absolutely incredible. There's not many roller coasters in the world that can give a rush like the Furious Baco launch. Of course, it does have its vibrations. It's not, I don't think it's rough, but I also don't think it's like smooth. I just think it's extremely intense. It has its vibrations, so it's not the most comfortable ride to do unless you do it at the front row. I don't think it's unbearable at the front row. Certainly wouldn't do it in any other row though. All in all, fabulous day. Really enjoyed being back at this park. Next year on this channel there's going to be quite a bit from PortAventura. The park actually opens in February, and I'm seriously considering getting a season pass. I used to have a season pass for this park back in 2015. I think he even had one up until 2017, actually. I think it was 2018 when I didn't renew. But I think next year I'm tempted. So if I do get one, I'll probably come in February, come over at the end of April like I always do a visit maybe for Halloween, and then probably do another one at Christmas time as well. So there's probably going to be a lot from PortAventura on this channel next season. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Pleasure Beach Experience on YouTube. And I really do appreciate the support that everyone's showing the channel at the minute. Of course, I'm having to rework the algorithm for this channel now that we've gone to 3 uploads a week from being 2 uploads a week for what was the best part of 2.5 years. I'm enjoying doing the 3 uploads. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. And yeah, many thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next Pleasure Beach Experience video.